Husband had a one-night stand and now won't touch me. My husband and I have been married for 3 years. He's a sales manager at a tech company and travels maybe twice a month for conferences. We have a good life. Nice apartment downtown. 2 cats. Sunday brunch tradition. No kids yet, but we're trying. Or we were trying. Last month he came back from Austin early, like 2 days early. Said the conference was boring and he missed me. Brought me flowers from the airport and everything. Tulips, my favorite. Sweet, right? Except he started acting weird immediately. Wouldn't hold my hand. Turned away when I tried to kiss him. Slept on his side of the bed facing the wall. When I asked what was wrong, he just said he was tired from traveling and work was stressful. Big deal closing next quarter, needed to focus. This went on for 2 weeks. I even made his favorite dinner, pot roast with those fancy herb potatoes he likes. He barely touched it. Just pushed food around his plate and went to bed at 8:30. Then his company credit card statement came in the mail. He usually handles those, but I opened it by accident while sorting bills. There was a $340 charge from a boutique hotel in Austin, not the conference hotel where he was supposed to be staying. The charge was dated for the night before he came home early. I sat at the kitchen table staring at that line item for probably 20 minutes. My hands were shaking. Our cat jumped on the table and I didn't even move her. When he got home from work, I had the statement on the counter. He walked in, saw it, and his face went completely white. Dropped his briefcase right there in the doorway. I just said, the hotel charge, $340, want to explain that? He completely broke down, like sobbing on the kitchen floor level breakdown. Told me he'd slept with someone from the conference, a woman who works for a competitor. Said they'd been talking at the hotel bar after the last session. He was drinking bourbon, she was drinking wine. They closed the bar down at 2 a.m. He said it meant nothing, that he was drunk and made a terrible mistake, that he came home early because he felt so guilty he couldn't stay for the final day. I asked him why he couldn't touch me then. If it meant nothing, why couldn't he kiss his own wife? That's when he said something that made my blood run cold. He said every time he tries to touch me, he feels like he's cheating on her. Not on me, on her. I stood there completely frozen. He started crying harder and said he doesn't know what's wrong with him, that he loves me, but something happened that night in Austin, and now his brain won't let him touch me without thinking of her face. I asked if he was in love with her. He said he doesn't know, that they've been texting since Austin. He pulled out his phone and showed me. Nothing inappropriate on the surface, just work stuff about industry news and memes about their company's competitors. But he said seeing her name pop up on his phone makes him feel something he can't explain. I told him to sleep in the guest room. He nodded and grabbed his pillow without arguing. That night I couldn't sleep, so I went through our phone records online. He'd been calling a Seattle number for the past 2 weeks, sometimes for 45 minutes, always during his commute home when I wouldn't notice. The next morning I checked the call log again. He'd called her at 11 p.m. the night before, for an hour and 23 minutes, while I was lying in bed alone in the next room. I didn't confront him. I just watched him. He was distracted at breakfast, checking his phone every few minutes, smiling at something on his screen, actually smiling. Then last night I was using his laptop to check our bank account and I found it. A plane ticket confirmation in his email. One way to Seattle, leaving in 3 days, departing 6 a.m. on what was supposed to be a work from home day. I called my sister. She came over with wine and helped me think. She said I should confront him, kick him out, file for divorce immediately, but I had a different idea. This morning I told him I forgive him, that we could work through this together. His face lit up and he actually hugged me for the first time in weeks. He said he'd cancel everything with the other woman, that he'd block her number right now. I smiled and said that would be great. Then I handed him divorce papers, already filed, already signed by me. He looked confused, asked what was happening. I pulled out a printout of his plane ticket and said, "You're still going to Seattle, just not as my husband anymore. He leaves tomorrow. I changed the locks today."